If you don't know me, my name's Ray. I'm 67 years of age. I'm a secondary modern school uneducated person. I served about 26 years in the Royal Marines. I'm a British patriot and member of several organisations of patriotic people. But I need to talk to you. Tomorrow, or very soon, the UK is going to make the biggest mistake in its history. Please listen to me for a few seconds. Nobody has talked about the important parts of leaving the EU. Okay, the EU is the biggest, most successful peace project ever in the world. Europe was at war for hundreds of years, everybody invading everybody else. The First World War, the Second World War, the 100 Years' War, the Anglo-Dutch Wars. Everybody was at war with everybody. The suffering that caused was immense. Since the formation of the EU, Europe has been at peace. We've all lived together. We've all traded with each other. We've all had prosperity. Okay, it hasn't been even, but it's been a hell of a lot better than it would have been. People in Europe are incredulous. Everyone you meet says, what are you doing? Why are you leaving this great club which has made us so successful and so peaceful? Okay, it's not perfect. It really isn't perfect. There's a lot of work to do to make it better, but the world is a better place because we have it. We can all trade with each other. We can all fly on cheap airlines to each other's countries. We can have unlimited roaming on our phones. We don't have currency restrictions. We don't have any of that nonsense we had in the 60s and 70s, which made life really difficult. We can trade and we're much more prosperous. Yes, that does mean we've had some immigrants to the UK, quite a lot, but most of them actually make a significant improvement to the UK. The ones from the EU do anyway. They're educated, they're cultured, they're smart, they work hard. They don't turn up and benefit scrounge. That's just something made up by newspapers. They're really industrious people. They're actually well educated. You know, in the UK we have this really arrogant idea that we're smarter than everyone else. We're not. Actually, the people of Europe, who all speak English by the way, if there's a Frenchman, an Italian, a Croatian and German or an Austrian having a conversation in a bar, they're all speaking English. Everybody in Europe speaks English pretty well. In fact, most of them speak it better than we do. So, but we have this arrogant idea that our education system's better. It isn't. Most Europeans are far better educated than most Brits, trust me. Their health service is better. Their people are better trained. We have this crazy arrogant idea that we're better than everyone else. We're not. And this mad idea of sovereignty, all sovereignty does, it allows people like Theresa May and Tony Blair to be complete despots with no one to stop them. At least with the EU, there's an organisation that can say, whoa, let's think about this again before we do something really stupid. And British governments aren't democratic. Less than a third of the population generally vote for any British government. And if you're an older ex-Labour voter or someone who would vote Labour, then trust me, leaving the EU is the worst thing you could do, because the EU is slightly socialist, which is why the Tories want to get rid of it. And if you're a Tory, well, unless you're on the extreme right wing of the Tories, they're not doing you any favours either. So please just think about it. Leaving the EU is insane. It really is. It's doing huge damage, or it will do huge damage. Look at the world. You've got America with Donald Trump in charge, Russia with Putin in charge, Turkey, a really large, powerful country with Erdogan in charge. Europe needs to stick together and be strong and defend European values, which are British values: politeness, kindness, reasonable level of fairness, free speech, freedom of movement, all these priceless things that we take for granted, that a lot of places don't and are under serious threat. Global warming, the only way we can fight global warming is for Europe to stick together. Do we really want to destroy the planet for some silly ideas like sovereignty, which is pretty meaningless, because we've been told that the European Court of Human Rights does bad things, when actually it doesn't. It does good things. And anyway, who's to say that British judges are any better or smarter or more honest than Dutch or French or German or Spanish judges? Just think about it. It's a big, important peace project. Write to your MP, ring them up, email them. Write to Theresa May, email her, ring her up, do anything but do it today, because tomorrow it's a bigger disaster than if we'd lost the Second World War. It really is. Just think about it. Thanks.